Mortal Kombat Arcade. How does this hold up in 2025? This is going to be one of the staple games on the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection coming soon. I'm going to take you through a trip down memory lane, tell you what it was like back in 1992 when this game first hit arcades, what it was like to play back then. We're just going to experience this game together and see if it does indeed hold up in 2025. Welcome in. If you're excited for today's video, hit that thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, otherwise you might not be able to find the channel again. Let's go ahead and jump into the game, and let's get ready for some ice cold action with Sub-Zero. The classic endurance rounds await you up in the tower. The classic Sub-Zero Scorpion battle to begin with. Alright. Nice. The roundhouse kick, always nice and satisfactory. Excellent. Now, I would have been 11 years old when this hit arcades back in the day. And I can tell you right now, I remember... That was very close. I remember specifically Raiden and Sub-Zero's spine rip fatality. Now that defined a generation. That is what would spawn later on the ESRB, I believe it was, the rating system. When this first hit arcades, I was at an outdoor mall with my family in Florida called Okahumpa. And we went inside to, I believe, just have a rest stop, get some snacks, maybe use the restroom, and I went going in search of the arcade, as I would do when we would stop at these events. And in the corner of this location, they had Mortal Kombat. And all I could see was a group of players unlike anything I'd ever seen at the arcade before. And I'd never been to this location, but I'd never seen a group of people crowded around an arcade machine like this before, so I squeezed in my little 11-year-old self. And there it was in all of its glory, Mortal Kombat Arcade. And they were going crazy on the game. And I want to say Raiden's... Did she just do a double projectile? I want to say it was Raiden's fatality that I saw first. And it wasn't there long. I remember seeing a couple Raiden Sub-Zero matches. I don't remember anything else from that day, but I do remember my parents coming and finding me shortly after. And we had to go, and I immediately in the car said, "Can we please check at the local arcade when we get back to see if they have this game?" And we did. And they did have this new Mortal Kombat game at my arcade, which is where I would begin to spend every afternoon. Now that blood right there, how it flies across the screen, the splatter sound effects, absolutely gorgeous. The classic, iconic Test Your Might. This was a fantastic little side mode right here. The graphics on this look so crisp. There was such a vibe to Mortal Kombat 1992. The classic pit here where two combatants are stepping into battle. Only one will emerge victorious. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I meant to do a roundhouse kick. That's alright. Oh, Johnny. Holy crap. That's what I was trying to do a minute ago. But this is the pit. This was the iconic pit where even if you didn't know a fatality at the time, or if you weren't good enough to hit a fatality on your opponents, you could always just get here, do an uppercut, and experience a fatality, a different sort of fatality, on this stage. Uh-oh. The body laying down there impaled, the body on the spikes, the heads being in there. What an aesthetic. This game was a whole vibe. to think this is going to be part of the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, somebody that grew up in the arcades playing this, it's so exciting. Now, this arcade machine did have, back in the day, an Ermac counter, which I believe stood for error macros. And, yo, did we just freeze the game up? Alright. That was interesting. But the rumors began to hit that... The rumors began to swirl that there was a secret character, Ermac, in Mortal Kombat 1. And then there was a magazine that was published that had a photo of the Warrior Shrine. Yo, Kano. My guy. Okay, well, this couldn't be any harder. Excellent. Somebody had submitted in a photograph, allegedly, to Electronic Gaming Monthly. Now, I believe this was issue 52. I believe this was... I think it was issue 51 or 52, and I believe it was the October edition. And it had a picture that showed the Warrior Shrine that was kind of dark. You could tell it looked like the photo had been manipulated, but it did show a red ninja on the Warrior Shrine. Now, we had never seen anything like this. And we would come to find out that there was no ninja in the game per se. No red ninja. But turned out to be a rumor. But that Ermac rumor in Electronic Gaming Monthly would go on to become a real character later in the franchise. And that is how Ermac began as a rumor in Mortal Kombat 1. By, I believe, a user named Tony submitting a photograph of Mortal Kombat 1 Arcade on the Warrior Shrine with a... It was a picture of Scorpion, I believe, that had been heavily modified, and you could see it was, you could just tell it wasn't. We didn't think it was actually a secret character, but back then we didn't know. Fight. Alright, the mirror match. I screwed that up so bad. Alright. Alright, my foot just... Oh my gosh. Dang it, I keep screwing up my jumps. Excellent. Sub-Zero. Now, the mirror match gets to be a little bit notoriously difficult. We are coming up on the endurance rounds after. We didn't see the mirror match return in Mortal Kombat until, I believe, Mortal Kombat 1 in 2023. Uh-oh. Nice. Excellent. My goodness. Do we have what it takes? Yes. Now, I believe in the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, we are going to have access to some of these menus from the original arcade, so we may actually get a chance to see the original Ermac counter in Mortal Kombat 1. I don't know if that was accessible via the regular in-game menu that you could access on the machine. I'm guessing it was. It was probably in the stats. I don't think it was part of the EJB code. Oh, we're sauced. I can't jump diagonal forward on this half the time. There you go, roundhouse kick. We get out of dodge. She's going to throw for a projectile if we go too far. Alright, wait. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a miracle we are staying alive. So these endurance rounds require heavy AI manipulation. Alright. Good. The husband and wife team of Sonya and Johnny Cage. We had no idea back then they would go on to live happily ever after. Excuse me. Nice.
Sub-Zero wins fatality.
Fatality. Alright, the infamous double Kano endurance match. Alright, this is where the fun goes to die. I didn't mean to jump backwards there either. Meant to give him an ice ball. My controller's giving me problems. Might be time to fix this one again. I use a Hori Fighting Commander. This is the first gen. They have no analog sticks. I have been faithfully restoring these myself for the last few years. They are not... Gosh. They're not able to be obtained anymore. They don't make them anymore, so you can still buy them on eBay, but they are not available brand new. This isn't looking good for us right here. Kano's already bringing some serious heat. Just tried to jump again. Wouldn't let me. Alright. Now, I'm guessing if we do survive this endurance round, we will probably run into a wall when we get to the third Kano fight. Or at least, technically it's the third fight with Kano, as we're going to be fighting him for the third time in this tower, but twice in the endurance rounds. Man, that's frustrating. Alright. Alright, let's go. Lock in. Do you believe? Scorpion definitely doesn't. Avoid the spear if he goes to chuck it. Oh, fudge. Come on, man. Man, this is... There's nothing I can do. I can't do anything other than jump kick. Oh, let's go. Alright. The AI manipulation is at record levels. Appreciate you watching with us once again. Can we break the steel? The answer is yes. Sub-Zero is stronger than steel. Alright, well, we got up to the third endurance round without losing a match. That, to me, is a big W. Couldn't get the special move to work at all. Why is it not working now? That's twice I tried to get the special move to work to punish... Oh, fucking hell. That's some... Alright. I did the ice ball twice there and it didn't come out. And that cost us the entire match. Of course it works that time. Of course it works perfect that time. Yeah, we're cooked. Alright, wait a minute. It'd be nice if the computer gave us a breadcrumb here. Crap. Bruh. Bruh. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I didn't expect to win that, and that really broke us off a piece of cheapness right there by starting us off with two failed specials there. What? Bro, where's my ice ball? Like, what, does it not work on the third endurance round? That is crazy. That is twice in a row now. There we go. Absolutely nightmare fuel. Oh my heaven, man. Look at these reversals. There we go. Alright, I can't wait to see the community reaction to these classic endurance rounds once again, which were known to be some of the most mind-numbing experiences on this game. Oh my heaven. I mean, you're basically at the jeez. You're at the mercy of the AI. Alright, let's go. This computer AI is not letting us get... If this doesn't let my ice ball work on the beginning of this fight, then I am going to suspect that it's just robbing me in its first few hits. That was absolutely, like, that cost us the first couple games there. Never try what I just tried right there, and you just constantly get hit by moving backwards. Oh my goodness. Excellent. When this game wants you to not win, you are putting quarters in. I don't care who you are. When Mortal Kombat when you reach that point where it's determined that you are going to pay more quarters, you are going to pay more quarters. I can't get the slide to work. Oh my gosh. Alrighty. Oh, I don't want to do this fight anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a miracle on Mortal Kombat Street. We can continue with our gameplay. But the standout memories for Mortal Kombat Arcade, this was in my arcade the moment you walked in the door. It was on the very right-hand side. It was the very first arcade machine that you would see in the arcade, and it would catch everybody with the thunderous music in the game. Like that right there. I mean, it was just absolutely some of the best stuff back in the day. Yeah, that was a wash. I need to bang my controller against the wall or something. It's not very responsive right now. Oh, fudge. Is this what we're doing, Goro? We're blocking everything? I guess so. So there's a timing on that. I don't know why it's not working, but like as soon as you knock them down, you throw out your ice ball, and it's... I'm testing it on this controller, but it's hopefully will catch him in a down state. Oh my goodness. There goes it. And you always end up in situations where you don't have the distance to attack this idiot. Like, what are you supposed to do? So when Goro's attacking you and he just walks you down like that, I mean, you're at the... It always leaves you in a distance where you don't have any attack, like, options left. Like, there, like, you see how you jump twice and you're already out? By the time you stand up, you're out of range to jump kick the character. By the time you stand up here, you're out of range to get any move to work. If you get that, you're lucky. I don't know why that's not working exactly. Alright, let me lock in. Usually I can just do the jump kick slide into him and it works perfectly. I went for a roundhouse and he just grabbed me from 8 feet away. That's brutal. So as you can see, you're kind of at the mercy of the Goro fight here. And then again, you're stuck at a distance where nothing works for you. Alright. Yikety. I cannot wait to see the reaction from the community when they get their hands on this AI for the very first time. So I'm just trying different things against Goro here, because I obviously can't jump. Jeez. It's too close. If you can't get any proper distance on this character. It's just absolutely, I can't slide. That's what I mean. There's a slide you can get off there and a kick that will land on him almost exclusively. Jeez. Like that. I can't really remember how to do it perfect each time. But if you get used to it, it makes fighting Goro so much easier. Alright, Shang Gang, let's go. Nice. Oh. Filthy. Excellent. He calls his own match as he's getting hit. Excellent. Where's my slide at, man? I don't know why that doesn't work. Like, I can jump kick and then go into a slide sometimes. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Oh, that was scary. Yeah, sometimes the slide is eluding me after the jump kick, and I don't know what's causing it, but it's making it hard to... So he jumps in after each one of those, throws fireballs. That right there, that's exactly what I want each time. Sometimes it don't work though, and I just don't get it. Oh my heaven. Ugh. This character with Goro transformations and... Oh my gosh. There we go with everything. Oh, that's what I expected. It's just gonna read you perfectly until you're dead. And I can't even escape it. Like, you're in a trap with the punches that'll just knock you to death. You can't walk. You're just locked in the animation. Alright, let's go. Shang Tsung. I just don't... Like, what am I supposed to do against this? You're just outclassed and there's just... Fuck, man. I just don't know what this game expects you to do. Like, you're just out... He's so much faster. All these characters... He does the perfect move every time to counter you. You can't jump at him. Alright, sure. This is... Oh, jeez. Jump forward! That's what I mean. I tried to jump... Man. I tried to jump forward, it wouldn't let me. Trying to slide so hard. Trying to activate moves so badly. To punish, to do all these things. The Shang Tsung fight, one of the very first experiences that we had where you could really taste the AI of these games and just what it was going to be like. And it was crushing. Absolutely soul crushing. There you go. Excellent. But going back to the standout memories from Mortal Kombat 1 Arcade, I will remember forever the rumors of Ermac and the error macro. That first image that I saw in Electronic Gaming Monthly rumored to be a secret character, Ermac, in the game. We already knew about Reptile, but we didn't know anything about Ermac. Come to find out, the Ermac rumor was just a rumor, and later on Ermac would become a reality. This is Sub-Zero's ending, which does kind of contradict the ending in Mortal Kombat Mythology's Sub-Zero, which is technically a prequel to Mortal Kombat Arcade. At the end of Mythologies, Sub-Zero is offered a sum of money by Shang Tsung to compete in the tournament, but in this game, his goal in the tournament is the assassination of Shang Tsung. So, interesting stuff. But this is Mortal Kombat Arcade. I think this game holds up tremendously well in 2025. You got an amazing sound effects, amazing graphics. Look how crisp this looks. The digitized actors, the sounds on this are so crisp, so crunchy. It just sounds amazing. This game, I think, holds up tremendously well. It is still to this day one of my favorites, if not my absolute favorite Mortal Kombat game. If you ask me what my favorite Mortal Kombat game is, I'm going to say Deception Premium Edition, because it comes with Mortal Kombat 1 Arcade. The credits for the game are not that long, they're not that deep. It was a small team that worked on this. Goro created by John Tobias. The original stop motion figure is still at Ed Boon's house. One of them, I believe, was destroyed in filming. The other resides with Ed Boon. Ho Sung Pak as Shang Tsung. This was your design team. Ed Boon, John Tobias, Dan Toasty Forden, and John Vogel. 4 people brought you this game back in the day. 1992, when Mortal Kombat was released to a sea of bloodthirsty fans. Here we are almost 33 years later making a video on this as it's about to be released in the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection once again with online play. We're going to be going back and we're going to be reliving these games once again in 2025. I think this holds up tremendous. The pit in the background looking great. The stages are all fantastic. The sound effects are great. The blood effects are great. The fatalities are wonderful. I can't think of anything about this game that's not perfect. You got a great story which is told in the intro, the bio cards. Goro splashes on screen. It tells you the whole story of the game. Goro's Lair, a great boss stage. It's got that ominous tone to it. You got skeletons hanging there. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mortal Kombat Arcade. I had a blast with this video. I hope you had a blast watching. These are just some of my thoughts on, does this game hold up in 2025? Absolutely. I'll never forget when this game came out. Like I said, when you walked into my arcade, it was right here. You'd walk in, it was the first machine right there. You couldn't miss the audio. It would catch you walking by the arcade. And I think that's why they put it there. Arcade operators would strategically locate their arcade Mortal Kombat machines right by the door to draw players in because of the great midway speakers, the great sound effects. Then after that, I remember we only had Mortal Kombat Arcade for about a year. You know, this came out in 1992. And then a year later, we got Mortal Kombat 2. So we had 1 year with this game, and it was an amazing year. I was always at this machine. Back then, I was mowing yards. That's how I got my money, and I was going to the arcades almost every day with 10 or 20 bucks, getting quarters and plopping those quarters into the machine and playing. We didn't play a lot of arcade towers. The machines always had 2 players playing. Now, I want to hear from the community. What do you think of Mortal Kombat 1 Arcade? Did you play it back in the arcade days? If you did, I'd love to hear your arcade stories from around the world. Love talking to Mortal Kombat Arcade fans. This is your story of Mortal Kombat. It's simple. It's short. Let me go to the full screen so you can see it. A 2,000-year-old half-human dragon Goro remains undefeated for the past 5 years. He won the title of Grand Champion by defeating Kung Lao, a Shaolin fighting monk. It was during this period that the tournament fell into corrupted hands. And that's the story. And then we have our characters. You got 7 characters. You know, you got Johnny Cage, Kano, Raiden, Liu Kang, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Sonya Blade. You don't need a stacked roster for this game. We had the perfect amount of characters for this. 7 characters were great. We had Reptile, 1 super secret character hidden in the game. You had an amazing sub-boss in Goro, an amazing boss in Shang Tsung. To me, I think this game holds up amazing in 2025. I think it is one of the peak pinnacle achievements of Mortal Kombat. This entire game, top to bottom, an absolute masterpiece. I can't think of anywhere where they dropped the ball on this. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. But now's where I leave it to you in the comment section. Can you think of anything about Mortal Kombat Arcade that you'd like to share with me? Do you have any stories to tell me? My itty bitty kitty co-host is coming over. Perhaps he'll say hello to us. There he is. Come here, buddy. He wants to share some stories about Mortal Kombat Arcade. Alright, well, let me go ahead and wrap up there. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my itty bitty kitty Taki, the Combat Kitty. He joins us every day on our live shows. He's a cuddly cat, and he is very, very needy at times. But he can be a needy cat, because he's a good boy, as you can see. But much love, Mortals. Y'all take care, stay safe. Let me know those Mortal Kombat stories down below. If you do think they dropped the ball with anything on this game, let me know. Mortal Kombat Arcade, to me, was virtually perfect. I can't think of anything that's missing that should have been included. But I'm going to get wrapped up right there. I'm going to take care of this beautiful kitty. Y'all have a great night. Thank you for checking out the video. If you enjoyed, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Share with a friend if you like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, because if you're not, you might not find us again. I'm going to wrap up there. The Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection releases later on this year, 2025. I can't wait to see it. I'm just an old arcade head, locked in for life. Thank you for coming to check out your boy Headlocked. Much love. Take care. Stay safe. I'm going to head out for now with my itty bitty kitty co-host. But as always, I will see you on the next Mortal Kombat video. Take care, my friends. Headlocked out.